Seeds of Wisdom RV and Economics Updates Sunday afternoon, October 19, 25. Listen to the full version on the official dinarreport.com blog and become our supporter on Patreon. Good afternoon. Dinar recaps. BRICS dominates rare earth minerals as supply grows 12.6%. The world's most strategic resources are now instruments of power, and BRICS knows it. The landscape of power minerals. Rare earth elements, REEs, are no longer a niche market. They are essential inputs for electric vehicles, wind turbines, advanced electronics, and defense systems. According to the International Energy Agency, IEA, the production and refining of these minerals remain heavily concentrated, and China sits firmly at the center. Filled Circle China controls roughly 61% of rare earth mining output worldwide. Filled Circle over 90% of global processing and refining occurs in China. Filled Circle diversification efforts have slowed, leaving critical supply chains increasingly exposed. When one nation dominates both extraction and processing, supply security becomes geopolitical leverage. What the 12.6% growth really means. The General Administration of Customs of China reported that BRICS collective rare earth supply rose by 12.6% between January and September 2025. About 48,350 additional tons year-on-year. However, the details reveal a more complex picture. Filled Circle. While volume rose, export value fell by 7.8% to $342.3 million. Filled Circle. In September 2025, exports plunged 30.9% compared to August, falling to about 4,000 tons. Filled Circle China has introduced tighter export controls and selective licensing for key customers. In short, BRICS may be producing more, but Beijing is deciding who gets access, and under what terms. China's strategic lever. For Beijing, control of rare earths isn't merely economic, it's strategic influence. Refining dominance gives China a powerful tool to shape trade relations and respond to political pressure. Filled Circle. New export restrictions, notification No. 61/2025, extend to magnets, alloys, and advanced technologies. Filled Circle. These rules apply even to foreign firms using China-sourced minerals. Filled Circle. Supply preferences now favor BRICS partners and politically aligned states. In effect, rare earths have become a diplomatic currency, reinforcing China's role as the indispensable middleman in the green tech economy. Impact on the United States and global markets. The United States and allied economies face mounting risks from this concentration. Filled Circle. Over-reliance on Chinese processing exposes defense, tech, and energy sectors to supply shocks. Filled Circle. The IEA warns that diversification efforts are progressing too slowly to mitigate medium-term risk. Filled Circle. President Trump's administration has threatened 100% tariffs on Chinese goods in response to export reductions. Filled Circle. Global markets have already seen volatility as rare earth trade tensions escalate. Even with higher global output, supply access, not supply volume, now drives price and policy decisions. The bigger picture. This rare earth shift embodies the deeper global transformation underway. Economic blocs are redrawing the resource map to align production with political strategy. Filled Circle. BRICS nations are consolidating control over critical materials. Filled Circle. Western economies are seeking rapid decoupling through domestic mining and recycling initiatives. Filled Circle. The outcome will determine which nations dominate the next phase of industrial power, from semiconductors to defense tech to energy transition materials. It's a microcosm of a larger restructuring, a contest for control not of money, but of the inputs that make economies function. Outlook. What to watch. 1. Access versus output. Track export licenses, not just production numbers. Beijing's policy shifts can outweigh market fundamentals overnight. 2. Diversification efforts. The US, Australia, and Canada are investing heavily in refining capacity, but timelines remain long and costs high. 3. Pricing volatility. When exports drop while production rises, price distortions and speculative pressures usually follow. 4. Strategic realignments. Expect BRICS coordination on critical minerals policy to strengthen as trade frictions grow. Why it matters. BRICS rare earth output rose 12.6% in 2025, but beneath that growth lies a power play. Control of these materials determines who builds the technologies of tomorrow, and on whose terms. This is not just a story about commodities or percentages. It's the story of how economic influence and geopolitical leverage are converging, reshaping trade, industry, and alliances in real time. Listen to the full version on the official dinarreport.com blog and become our supporter on Patreon. Source: dinarrecaps.com